going, Crystal?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, straight panicked because my reactive images changed and now they look a little weird. But you know what? We're making it work.
Oh, okay.
Tech issues.
Checking that later.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry. So picking up where we left off last time, I believe you had all already entered the tower when we had picked up last time, or at least that's where we picked up when we picked up. Picked up, saying that too many times. But you discussed among yourselves what you would need to do what you would do in this scenario, whether you're going to stay, leave, come back later, just, give a, nice anonymous tip. It's like, hey, something weird's going on with that tower. Somebody should go check it out. But in the end, after a bit of, prodding from Tara and kind of debate on the morals and the practicality of finding a cure for Sam, the party decided to stay and help out to try and resolve whatever commotion is happening here. Solved a puzzle involving... you gained a magic mirror that kind of helps show... It's more like a lens, I guess. A lens of truth, if you will. That shows objects of importance. The party then solved a riddle about involving wine bottles and poetry, making their way up to a further distorted room, where they found a large pile of books that, when reached into, animated and began to attack. Finishing off the books, though, the party found the pen that, when returned to its stand, opened the way to the next floor of this tower. Though picking back up, we come to the realization that there are no stairs. The stairs go up for about 3 or 4 steps, but then kind of become distorted, like much else in the room, I guess. So as a reminder, the floors and ceilings in this place, at least currently, you don't know if it's the distortion or some other force at play, but they are semi-transparent, so it looks like you could walk back down the stairs to the previous floor, but you do have sturdy ground, and you believe that you would be able to, go through the next floor, but there's nothing to do there at this moment. There are other things in the room, but at this point in time, it is up to you of what you would like to do.
Guidance.
Spell guidance? Or...
I was just thinking, casting guidance. Not sure what to do exactly.
Is this something Cornelia is vocalizing?
No, more like aggressive toe tapping with her little boot, hands on her hips. Got a real subtle thinking face.
Thrones Celia. Hello.
Nope.
Hello?
Hey.
Okay, it is still working.
Hello. So the microphone is still working. To kind of further describe the room, there's these sort of distorted bookshelves, kind of emptied with these books kind of cluttering the floor.
Now, if we pull the right one, it'll reveal a secret passageway.
Did I accidentally bump the... Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, but like downstairs or upstairs, because I don't want to end up at the door again.
And you shot back out through the door. Flying through the street.
The front door is where we heard the voice of the guy coming from. The front door, right? He was speaking through the front door.
Well, not necessarily through the front door. You heard it coming from what appeared to be up above in the tower. You've seen a couple of times now, kind of these, like a hand or a foot, kind of pop through one side of the tower or another. For various amounts of time. Sometimes they're just there for a second and then they disappear. Like there's been occasions where his head or shoulders or upper body kind of pops through the tower, and you've even spoken with him a few times at this point. But he seems to be caught up in the effects of this spell.
And that's what we're here to stop. I mean, I think I already clawed at the books myself, so I think that's probably what I'm going to keep.
Yeah, and just to kind of finish that description, there's the books, there's this writing desk, which is kind of cluttered with poetry. The pen has been returned, but there's still other pages kind of scattered around. And there is a few windows, glass windows, so it's not just like open air. But you do see the rest of the city. It does seem a bit dimmer, and the lavender tinted fog seems to have rolled in to the city.
Honest, stop smoking so much.
That's right, he does have the purple cigars, doesn't he?
He smokes
He
so
takes
much.
a very, very deep puff, and then like he just tries to hide it like underneath his jacket, like no idea what you're talking about.
Like
What?
you're just trying to hide vaping in the classroom.
Has that happened with you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've smelt it at some point in the classroom.
Smelt this stink.
Smelled their bubblegum sickliness. Anywho, what about doors? Can we leave this room yet?
This is just also, I guess, to describe the tower a bit further. It is a decent sized tower, so this is, I don't know, like a 30-foot diameter. It is kind of rounded, I guess more octagonal, but it is decently large. There were doors on the previous floor, though again you get the sense that due to the distortion that is kind of taking place, the layout may not quite be the same as it typically may be in undistorted Wizard's Tower.
Okay. So then there could very well be something behind the bookshelves.
Potentially. Let me actually roll for something. Okay.
Granny boy, quit meowing.
Tara kind of looks at the three of you and says, Have you collected yourselves well enough?
I
After the-
surely think so.
You seem eager then.
Yeah, where's the dude?
Where's the dude? Do you mean Kale?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, we should probably move on to the next floor. The anomaly seems to be stemming from the top of the tower.
Well, then let's go up, shall we? And then she looks at the ceiling. Are there ways to get through with all that's going on? Can we go through the ceiling? Athronis, how hard do you think you can throw?
Oh, it's so hoped it was going there.
And he's just trying his best to think. You've caught him with like that surprise, like you just noticed him slowly taking a long drag, and he has to think about it as it slowly just smoking comes out of his mouth and nose. Got him in a thinking pose.
Like, can we throw something heavy through the ceiling, and then you can give me a boost, and I'll wriggle my butt up through there, up to the next floor.
So destroying the tower.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Well, what's wrong with
It
that?
is a viable option.
Go through. Oh, please. Tara, I rolled to see how, coy and snide Tara's gonna be. She just, again, this is a winged cat, so she just kind of unfurls her wings and kind of does a leap, cat-like leap, and then just kind of accentuates it with wings and just kind of flaps her wings a couple of times and just kind of phases up through the kind of neck into the next floor, and then just kind of sits down, kind of staring down through the floor at you.
Wonderful. Now, will you be carrying each of us?
Oh no, I don't think I could do that.
Oh, sure you could. You're magical
going-
and all.
I'm going to prompt Celia, and I'd say if the other two of you would like to roll, I'd say I just give it a slight penalty, and I'll just calculate that on the back end. But if anybody who would like to roll an Arcana check, particularly Celia, though.
Arcana. 13 plus 5. That's an 8. 18.
18. That makes more sense. I didn't think you had a -5.
I was
But
eating
I'm-
Swedish fish and they got caught in my teeth, so.
Nice. I mean, you said 8 for Don.
I said 13 plus 5 first.
Yeah, but the final. Jesus.
The final was 18. Ha.
So, with an 18, I think this is something that's kind of. I don't think this was something that you learned from Chansa. I think it was from one of the. Something that kind of came up during some conversation with another member of the crew during the Sea Maiden's Fair. You remember hearing about the kind of some conversation about extra-dimensional spaces, similar to I think it probably revolved around a bag of holding that one of them had. You remember hearing that these extra-dimensional spaces connect to the astral plane, and you don't remember hearing much about that, but you also remember hearing that gravity gets weird in the astral plane, gets a little I think the term that you heard was fucky.
Sounds about right.
Stuff gets a little fucky. that side.
No, Arthronis, maybe you should try throwing Cordelia.
There we go. Let's do it.
That's 2 yeses to my oh great. I guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
Now, do you want me just to hurl you up into the air, or are we aiming for anywhere specific?
Like, through the ceiling, I should think. Unless there's some magical swirly portal I failed to notice. Then you would want to aim there, I would think.
Actually, roll a perception check, because you totally did. I'm kidding.
The
Aw.
path that the cat took. Can you try to follow that path?
Sure.
Hey, not to be a downer or anything, but I just rolled that perception check and it was a nat 20.
Ooh.
I was joking about the perception check. I'm sorry.
It
That
actually
was 22
are stairs?
to see exactly where I'm going to throw her.
Let me see if there is anything that you would see with a perception check. I didn't seriously. I guess I should have then said no. Let me see though. Is there anything of note that you would see? I think with just giving you something with that perception check, I think you see in this next room, it is by far the most distorted room that you have seen so far. It's a little hard to make out through the floor. But yeah, things seem weird. So are you going to try and throw one of your party members?
I think, yeah, Cordelia seems to be up for it, and Celia seems to agree, so...
Just make me go
guess we're just
slap
gonna-
rubber sticky hands against the wall.
No, I'm trying to figure out
Slowly peel back.
how exactly do you want to do this? Like giving you a lift, like 2 arms, and you jump on one and I just hurl you up to the top. You're gonna roll up into a little ball and I'll just throw you.
I will compact myself like a cannonball, and you shall throw me. You will chuck me with all of your strength.
This
All right,
can
roll.
possibly be wrong. Yeah, let's do it.
Othronis, roll an athletics check, and I'm going to say Cordelia, roll an acrobatics check to see how well you land and maneuver yourself.
I think acrobat. Ooh, that's a. Hey, 1. Okay, I have halfling luck.
Yay!
You know what?
Okay,
This
roll
is
another.
This is coming in useful. 9 plus 4.
That's not bad. That's a 13.
So here,
lucky
now
13.
lucky 13. Okay, here's my thing. How big, when she rolls into a ball, is she actually, to the size of an actual basketball?
She's bigger than a basketball. I'd say slightly larger than a beach ball.
There you go.
Alright, well, not entirely sure how to grab onto her without accidentally sinking a claw in. He's going to try his best, and not really thinking where to aim, he's just going to aim straight for the center of the ceiling with no real confidence.
The
and
middle?
This is just, yeah, no, this is not going to be anything.
Just
I'm throwing her
standing-
straight up, and then I'm taking a 5 feet step back after I throw her.
Okay.
And that is a 9 total strength check.
Oh gosh.
So just up and walk away when you fall. Roll the 5, guys.
How am I gonna rule this? You said a 9 total, right? With an athletics check?
Yeah. With an athletic check, not something I'm proficient in, just something that I'm okay at because of my strength.
I guess, yeah.
But believe it or not, I built him to like lie and persuade and shit.
Yeah, no. The charismatic barbarian. I find that a little absurd.
I mean, he can also intimidate, but it's up there.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, that's fair. Sorry, bad joke. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna say, just to kind of see how this goes. Celia, and I think I used this once or twice previously, like on the previous times that we were playing Waterdeep, but I'm gonna bring this back so that we can continue using it. Celia, just roll an emphasis roll, and kind of, I don't remember if you guys remember, but how this works is just roll 2d20 for emphasis, and take the one that is farthest away from 10. And I will also say, no, for this one, no bonuses. So just to
16.
kind of see. 16. All right. With a 16, yeah, no. With a 16, I think you are, when you throw Cordelia like this, it feels a little weird, so you don't get your proper footing, and I think the steps back that you take are actually perhaps intentional, but a little bit like, kind of like, you feel like you didn't brace yourself properly, and you kind of feel like you were not launched back, but like pushed back by your throw. A bit unexpectedly. Cordelia, you are, considering you were just thrown, you're moving a little bit slower than I think you were expecting.
Yeah.
You were perhaps a little bit, with that one, you were, you think that if you were being thrown at normal speeds, you would have probably gone splat. But with your halfling luck, you find yourself in a lucky position when you do in fact pass through this barrier in the floor. It becomes a bit transparent, semi-translucent, as you kind of continue flying up momentarily, and you feel your kind of feet make contact with something, perhaps, but I don't know how you would want to land, but you've landed on something, it seems like, and you kind of brace to like kind of fall back down, like you just fell against the like you hit the ceiling and are about to like fall back down to the ground, and you realize you don't. As you kind of, I don't know if you were like bracing, if you were like had your eyes closed, but as you kind of look around and examine your surroundings, you kind of look to the side and see this heavily distorted room. And then you look up through this semi-transparent ceiling or floor and see your party members. Othronus and Celia. Othronus,
well, then once
I will
she
kind of...
gets her bearings, she'll look down and wave and smile. Howdy, y'all! I made it!
You also see Tara looking now up at you as well, and just kind of gives a little bit of a scoff as she kind of like saunters off to the side. You also realize that you're not sitting or crouched, or you're not on the ceiling. You're on some sort of round, flat disc, kind of hovering in the center of this room.
Hmm.
Othrana, Celia.
On a
Yeah.
flat
Okay.
disk. Okay.
Othrana, Celia, what would you like to do? You have kind of seen this all play out in your own perspective. Not entirely certain what to make of it.
Huh, that actually worked.
I'm just gonna like lean over to Celia and whisper, I was half expecting her to fall.
So was I.
So do you want to look for some stairs, or do you want to try that again?
Let me roll again. Tara is continuing to be coy.
Are you offering to throw me up next? Because I don't think I can lift you, big guy.
I'll find my own way up there. Just making sure you guys get up there okay.
Are you two alright? Let me roll one more time. I suppose
If she's coy, she...
Tara,
Let it be.
no, you don't want to hear from. You're gonna ignore Tara.
Well, I am. I'm waiting for an answer.
Ah, right. From Celia or from somebody else?
She'll kind of look around
Yeah.
and then shrug her shoulders. Alright, sure, why not? What's the worst I could have?
Let's not tempt that in a place where people's heads start popping out of spits.
Yeah, the two of you look through the window kind of to the side, and you see this strange, bizarre figure just kind of rocket by the window, kind of flailing a little bit. And then kind of, as soon as he appeared, disappeared.
Alright. Ready?
Ready?
And how do you want to be thrown? Like, you want me to see if I can like pick you up from like your feet and just throw you straight up?
Cheerleader
So kind
basket
of like
toss style.
yeah.
Sure. I think that's the best we're gonna get.
All right, if you are attempting this again, I will say another athletics and another dexterity or acrobatics. And I also ask, where in the room above are you? Above and below are you throwing, Celia?
Well, yeah, no. Where do you want me to aim for? Is also a good question.
Dead in the center again.
Exactly where you threw Cordelia. That seemed
All
to
right,
work the
that's
first
where I'm
time.
aiming.
I will take a moment before you throw and you roll these checks to add, because I think with your nat 20 as well, now that you kind of see a bit of context into the room, and also goes for Cordelia as well, the kind of disc that you are sitting on is about, I guess, like 7 foot in diameter, and it seems to be made of some sort of stone, maybe a marble of some kind. Seems to be kind of locked firmly in place. You don't know if this thing has enough comfortable space for 2 people, particularly if one is launched.
It's fine. Cordelia's small.
We're gonna be fine. All right. So 1, 2, and up's a daisy.
Cordelia, I will also add, have you done anything in this time? Are you trying to move off of this disc? Are you jumping with joy? I don't know.
So is this disc spinning? Did you say it was spinning?
It is not
Rotating?
spinning. It is
okay.
kind of still in place.
Okay,
And perhaps
then
a
I guess
little bit off kilter from like where you would expect like the floor to be. It seems like tilted to the side a little bit.
Okay. Then she'll just be turning, looking around, trying to understand what all is in this room.
I'll just give a brief description. It is far more distorted than the previous two rooms. You can make out some curtains and shape. I will add, if you anything else, roll an investigation check. And let's just, for the fun of it, everybody kind of roll these checks all at once, and
Okay.
we'll see how this gets resolved. I would also add the curtains seem to be in weird directions.
17.
17, nice. Athronus, Celia.
It's a perception, right?
This one, for Cordelia's rolling investigation, you're rolling athletics, and Celia is rolling acrobatics. Assuming you're still throwing her.
I believe that's still the plan, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
12 plus 5, 17.
17? Come on, Athronus, roll another 17 and let's get the jackpot. I see your name lighting up. I do not hear what you're saying.
Sadly, that's not
Oop.
the way this one works. So they get a 14 though.
Got a 14? All right. I'm going to. I will pick up with Cordelia, and then we'll kind of resolve the rest of this. Hello, can you hear me? Athronus, Siler? Hello?
Anything?
Can you hear me?
Oh god.
I can
hear
hear
both
the rest of you.
Yes.
Okay, think we're good?
Can you hear everything you're
Yeah?
Yeah,
saying? I don't know if you can hear me.
a little bit of cutting in and
Okay,
out,
can
but
anyone-
I can still hear you. Okay, and then there's sometimes where your name is just lighting up and I don't hear anything at all.
Nope.
Can you guys hear him right now? Okay, yeah.
Nope, I don't hear him right
Can-
now.
Here.
There you are.
Okay, now you're roboting.
One. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, no, he's roboting.
Hear me though.
The wonders of technology.
Mm-hmm.
What Discord is doing to his audio is what's happening to this tower. Except, like, 10 times worse, probably. I estimate.
So I found this AI-generated image of, I think what's supposed to be inside of a wizard tower, but it's just like, it doesn't make any sense, and this is exactly how I feel is what's going on right now.
I'm getting like Salvador Dali clock surrealist vibes in my head.
Kind
There's
of
a decent
similar,
amount of space in these rooms. Yeah, no, it's weird. I am sorry I don't have better descriptions of this, but
Ooh, very blue.
ooh. Yeah. That's sort of like distortion-esque vibe, I'd say.
Okay, so between the Texan and the Arizonian, I'm not sure if that's how you say it. Y'all, which is the better place to set a Western? Because honestly, I've got a new book idea, and I am so stuck between like a temperate zone, so I can have like a nice snowy scene, like once in the novel, and then the rest of it be like dry prairie grassland, or just set it in a nice dusty desert. I'm not sure.
I would say if you're looking for landscape inspiration, look into Red Dead Redemption 2.
I know, that's just it. I keep watching it, and I know it's like the whole environment is spread over a bunch of different states, so I don't know which one to pick.
I mean, assuming I don't know kind of what sort of story you're going with, but I assume that's probably in a time before when they were just territories and not states. So it's a lot more broad.
Yeah.
You could say like several counties, like kind of to define the areas. I don't know.
God, if you ever do come down to Arizona, I gotta take you to Tombstone.
I do. I want to go to Tombstone so freaking bad because that's where the OK Corral happened. And there's like, I mean, I want to go do a saloon thing. I want to dress up like I'm from the Wild West, and I got to get me a cardboard cutout of Yul Brynner from the Magnificent Seven. They probably don't have that in Tombstone. That's a very specific item, but I need it.
Hi, Siler.
Welcome back.
Don't mind me. I'm enjoying this.
Any thoughts on what the context is, or?
Not particularly. Just, people like Tombstone. It's a cool place. Good movie.
Basically just trying to figure out where to set my new Western novel, because I'm very stuck as to where I actually want to put it. It's not really like it's the biggest deal where exactly it takes place. Actually, it does, because historical context and where the railroad was reaching at this time. But I'm kind of stuck between either Texas or Colorado or Arizona. I'm not sure.
Well, this is also
depends on what you want to be happening around.
This sounds
cattle ranching.
It sounds like this is based off of historical fiction. That kind of also depends on like what elements you want to bring in, like kind of what Sally was saying.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different elements. I'd say I don't know as much about Arizona. I'll be honest. I know what you've told me, Crystal.
It's hot.
That it
That's
is
literally
hot.
it.
Are there any areas in Arizona where it actually is like more temperate, to where it has all 4 seasons snows?
Yeah, if you go northern Arizona to like the Flagstaff, Sedona area, there's a lot of snow.
The same I would generally say would be said with Texas. There's a lot of variation, including bizarrely beach. That's not what most people think about Texas, but it's in the Gulf. It's connected to the Gulf.
Yeah.
I actually got stuck in Flagstaff when my family and I were moving to Texas from California.
Oh, wait, Flagstaff. I heard that town name mentioned while I was browsing locations.
Yeah. That's like a historical site as well, right? Or has some history connected to it?
I mean, probably. It's known as where everyone goes to retire. So.
Fair enough. Yeah. This is also the question of like kind of. It sounds like this is again historical fiction. Like, how much is kind of veering away from history, and how much is connected to history? Because
there is going to be a bit of fantasy elements to it, mostly in how the protagonist ends up in this era. It's a bit of time travel. Not gonna lie, it probably sounds stupid, but like,
historical fiction isekai.
Yeah. It sounds so stupid when it's put that way, but it's true. That's the premise.
I mean, it fits though. Descriptions are just words we use to define things. That's a
Mhm.
very, very meta description of description.
Yeah. I'm just gonna share the Pinterest board that way if anybody wants to give me any ideas based on what they see. Not that this necessarily helps, but yeah.
I mean, not. I don't. How many of you guys have seen the movie Cowboys and Aliens?
Oh, I want to see that.
I think so. I don't know why, because I don't think you've described it this way in particular all that much, but it's weirdly giving me, kind of grown-up adult, and potentially, potentially touching on darker, more mature topics of, Magic Treehouse book.
I never read those books.
I read
Basically
all
about
of
a woman who's a forensic scientist, and she's kind of at a stuck point in life when one of her buddies calls her over. He's been digging on his ranch and found what he thinks to be some human remains, and he wants her to check it out before he calls the law in just to get her opinion whether anybody needs to be poking around his property. And so while she's checking it out, she finds an old rusted locket. As soon as she touches this locket, she is launched back into the 1870s. She wakes, it's pouring down rain. She looks up and she's under the hanging tree. And then she just completely blacks out again, only to find out that here she is in the 1870s, doesn't know why. But anyways, one of the characters that she meets is a guy who's actually from the future, beyond the future, 21, 23, 100 years from now, who basically stumbled across the article of her disappearance and found this same artifact so that he could travel back in time because he hates how distant and crappy everybody is in the future. So he went to go basically experience life salt of the earth style.
Salt of the earth style. Get away from it all. Yeah.
And so basically from there, it's just surviving in the Old West, from railroad working to all the different factions of people, all that fun stuff. So that's the basic premise.
I could also see there very much being questions about how and why this happened.
Well, let's just say this: there is a witch.
Witch.
And she will do any dark thing in order to do. It doesn't matter how dark it is; she'll do it to make what she wants happen.
That's fair.
From baby farming to murder.
Murder.
So she has a goal, and morality is not a problem. Question though, is she want to go overly complicated, make a master plan to do something simple, or are they practical what they do? If they want this particular person to die but leave their inheritance to a specific person, do they just forge it real quick and end them believably, or are they going to do a long, elaborate 20-year scheme of having people fall in love, break up?
There might be elements of that to where she. Oh, did he just die?
Hello? You there? You good?
Oh.
Oh no, he's gone.
Yep.
Sorry, it was a different tab of Discord.
Yeah, sorry, I've distracted you guys.
No, that's good.
But yeah, that's why I've been binging all the westerns and stuff here lately. It's just got me going.
I just finished Red Dead Redemption 2 a couple months ago, but I should play through that again. It was good.
Nice. It looks like a fun game. But I tell you what, my boyfriend was making fun of me because I couldn't even figure out how to tag somebody or how to follow them in Assassin's Creed, so I don't know if I'd be able to even play Red Dead Redemption. 'Cause
Maybe.
I'm just so bad at controls.
I think
The
Red
best I
Dead
could-
is easier than Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed has
Okay.
some wonky controls.
Honestly,
It also depends on the
movies
game.
on YouTube actually help out if you're just trying to get like what would happen and the way things work, because playing it is like a big time sink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is also, yeah, I mean, it is a big commitment to play through that game. It's good. I'm sure there's some YouTuber that has like a cut down like playthrough,
Mm-hmm.
like walkthrough.
Oh,
or-
yeah.
The important bits and then the stuff you want to know about later.
Because there's also some good side quests as well, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then also just explore the world. But we should continue with our game.
Yeah, sorry guys.
You're fine.
No problem.
We had some stuff going on. But
You know, bad technical difficulties my end. Sorry.
It's okay.
I think you were saying something, and that's why we had like kind of stopped the description just to kind of hear what you had to say. But I think you had asked something about like what we're rolling, and you thought it was perception. It's just athletics. Wait, no, we already resolved that. You got a 14. I don't remember that.
Yep. Got a 14. We were waiting to see what the result of that 14 was going to be.
Yeah, we are resolving kind of all of these kind of back to back, kind of with what Cordelia saw and the throw and the landing. Cordelia, you kind of sitting, standing? Are you sitting or standing on this kind of stone disc?
Yeah, I'm standing on the stone disc, kind of turning around, looking to
Yeah.
see what I see.
So you are kind of looking around this room. Again, your perspective, it's distorted heavily. You're not certain whether it's also just a combination of that or your perspective being kind of on the, presumably the underside of the right side up
Mm-hmm.
of this thing. But with the 17, you do look around. You see those curtains that some of them seem to be going down in the direction you would assume normal gravity would work. Some pieces of these curtains seem to be going down in your direction. Some of these just are going sideways.
Mm-hmm.
You also see some cabinets and shelves different than the bookcases that you saw in the previous room. But you see several like weird distorted ingredients, vials, pouches, boxes, that you get the impression perhaps this room was used as some kind of ritual room, had some
Mhm.
sort of purpose that's hard to make out in its current state. And continuing as well, you look at this table, or I just gave it away. You look at this like disc, and it feels like you're sitting on the underside of a table.
Oh,
I had to keep myself from saying table so many times.
sounds like some Alice in Wonderland, Shiznik.
The underside of this table seems to have been distorted away, similar to the stairs below.
Mm-hmm.
I will also add, you do not see any stairs in this room either. That is what you see. Going back just a little bit, we have. Would you care to describe this throw, Othronus? I think it was like launching by the feet. And it's just kind of like a spear throw.
More or less, yes. Just a straight up. And he did himself also kneel down to give the best kind of straightforward momentum.
All right. Celia, you have been thrown. How like what kind of position are you trying to like divert your throw to any particular area, land in a certain way?
I'm expected to do 3 flips, a double tuck, and then land. I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's gonna raise the DC.
I am trying to land next to Cordelia, preferably on my feet.
On your feet. Are you trying to kind of similarly kind of like reverse your throw so that your feet are facing the direction you are flying?
No, I think it would be easier to do a flip in the air. Instead of reversing it, I want to go with the momentum.
Well, yeah. You're doing a flip to kind of land on your
On my
feet,
feet.
upside down, relative to how you were thrown.
Yes.
Okay. With a 17, I'm gonna just move something myself. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you are able to land on your feet, perhaps startling Cordelia. Let me go again. See if this happens. Kind of, you're leaning off to one side. You feel this table, like, with this momentum, it seems to shift beneath you. You have kind of reversed the tilt. It was tilted one direction, now it is tilted in the other direction, but it is goes back to being still in place. So Cordelia, you are looking around this room and you are caught a bit off guard by Celia landing on this table next to you.
Whoa.
You, I think, have to duck a bit as you are still kind of crouching on the underside of a table. You are still a little bit close to the floor. Enough that you can kind of sit and crouch, but you cannot stand like Cordelia quite as easily.
Well, granted, I also don't have as far to stand up, given how tiny I am.
Yeah. Similarly, you kind of see the floor beneath, above you, turn translucent, so you can see through it a bit. But it seems to be mostly solid now.
Can I reach out and touch the floor?
You reach out and touch the floor. I would like, as you kind of touch the floor, you do kind of feel it is firmly there. If you wanted to try and push through it, you think that you may, though, be able to do that. But as you touch the floor, roll an intelligence or wisdom check. Your choice.
Intelligence it is.
Hmm.
12.
12. All right. Should check something. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. This is very fitting. As you touch the floor here, what is Celia thinking as she does this?
I wonder if I could reach through the floor.
Reach through. Is there any kind of confusion about like the gravity of this room?
No, she's accepted it.
Okay.
She's once again chalked this up to wizard bullshit.
Then I will I guess kind of put this ball in your court. What is Celia perceiving as down right now?
Wherever her feet are pointed at.
Okay. then in this moment you remain kind of connected to this disc, this table. You do see Tara kind of trot above you, kind of near your hand, and ask, well, throwing it is a bit of a interesting way of doing that, but if it works, then I suppose it will work. For her. Okay, yeah. She's going to, as well, she's going to, like, poke her head down through the floor towards you, Othronus, and says, are you going to jump, I suppose, or are you going to just walk up here?
I'm giving her the very quick Archer, like 1 minute, second as I'm finishing with my drink. I finished that, and I'm just... Okay, what did you ask?
Are you going to jump up here, I suppose? And she is, again, this cat head is just kind of poking through the floor now. Or ceiling.
He'll shrug and try to... He's now going to start looking for everything on here, any bookshelf, loose furniture, anything he can use, and start stacking them up on each other to make the highest kind of platform he can.
All right. So you're gonna start stacking these books.
Makeshift pile, bookshelves, anything that looks like it can stably like support something. And essentially make a small running ramp that I'm going to try and do my best to run up, jump, and try to do whatever it is that they were doing.
Oh, this table's about to get real crowded.
Well, that's my question also. Like, are we waiting? Are you guys like doing something up there, or are you just waiting for me?
I am trying to push my hand through the ceiling. It's not working.
You're unless you choose for it to not work, it is able to work.
Oh, is it actually working? Huh.
Yeah. You poke your... So, Thronos, you look up again, and you see Celia pushing her hand, almost appearing to wave at you. But just kind of, like, swishing it back and forth.
If I could, I'd high-five, but I can't.
Slap the hand reaching through the...
High-five it, and go away. Sorry, Gail.
I love that that's just a thing you can do in that game. Anyway, as you're doing this, and the two of you see this happen as well, and perhaps are a bit confused. Let's see. Tara actually kind of makes her way to the side of this room and just kind of she jumps up onto the wall and in this room above Othronus, and it seems to it seems like she's holding on by the momentum, or maybe with her claws, but after a moment she's just on the wall, and she kind of turns around and kind of walks through the floor down to Othronus. So Othronus, as you are building this tower of books and bookshelves, you kind of hear a questioning remarks from the wall behind you. It says, having a good time, are we?
Lord, I gotta roll something real quick.
And if Celia or Cordelia wants to react at all, that is also fair.
Who said that?
Well, you saw Tara just kind of walk down this wall. You and Celia, I saw that.
Defying gravity, of course she is.
Guys, I'm sorry. I had a roll because of how much I've been drinking and how seriously I was taking this. I've stopped trying to help you guys. I'm just building a small fort out of the miscellaneous junk and stuff as I, sit down in it, drink and smoke, and just chill as I'm waiting for y'all to finish.
He is having a good time.
We lost Othronus. Wonderful.
I may have started to hoard the bottles of wine that were not immediately taken. Like, if y'all didn't have them on your person, I'm just they're here and slowly being opened.
This tower knew his
Yeah,
weakness.
I think you took all the ones that weren't used in the puzzle. So yeah, you do have quite a bit of wine. Just kind of.
Yeah, no.
I think it was rummaging around your coat.
Yeah, no, nothing really. Nothing trying to finish them all off, but very slowly, and this time enjoying it. I'm just chilling with the smoke.
Are you opening a little, drinking a little bit of each one?
A little bit, yeah. I'm essentially marking down which ones I like most, and just seeing how much of it is left for each one, so I can know which one I want to finish first, and which one I want to save for something significant.
Any sommelier or wine connoisseur would be up in flames, I think, right now, but I do not think Othronus cares.
No, and I most definitely had to fight a few of those people because I don't differentiate. Can't even speak. Differentiate. I can't say the word.
Differentiate?
I'm gonna skip the word. There it is.
Differentiate?
Between the different qualities of wine that I might be ruining by doing this, and just the opening up, taking small sips from each, and then just writing down my own little ranking system. Because it's all the same to me, it's all alcohol. This one just looks reddish, so maybe clear or something else, but it's all good num-jum.
If you want to roll a D4, and you can decide which ones you like and which ones you don't, that I will leave kind of up to you. They're all good quality, but all in kind of their own ways.
That was a 4 on the D4.
Okay, so you found a couple that are just, oh yeah, this is good stuff.
Immediately going to mark those down. I'll scratch a little bit on the side just to mark it as something special, with a little star.
I think Othronus is going to take a decent amount of time kind of building his fort and then kind of drinking his wines. Go ahead and roll another 2 Constitution saving throws as well.
So the first one was a 21, and then the second one was an 11, so...
21, okay. So, yeah, you get through a decent amount of these, and now you're you've been feeling it, but now you're, the world is a little tipsy, and it's not just the magical distortion.
Oh, no, this is a good day. Day drinking at its finest.
Yeah, this is this is not the direction I thought this was going to go, but I am thoroughly entertained by what has been happening here. Cordelia, Celia, you kind of see this play out. Tara is kind of scolding you and kind of questioning you a bit, Othronus, but It does not seem like you care at this moment. I don't want to say that for you, but
Oh no, he'll laugh and joust with the cat just a little bit, but for the most part, he's just gonna be comparing him to his other friend. I have a friend who's like roughly your size, but scalier. I don't know if he'd like you. He might.
I think you left him at home, right? You left him with Sam, I believe.
Yeah, definitely at home. He's at home. He's gathering his own little horde.
He will definitely rummage through that house.
Oh, most definitely. Anything shiny or anything that looks like it could be worth anything or looks like a coin is definitely gonna. There will be a small horde around Zam by the end.
Takes a whole bunch of broken glass from the street outside and puts it in the crate with Zam. What could possibly go wrong? I'm teasing, or am I?
We'll find out when we get back.
But yeah, we will kind of again pick up with Celia and Cordelia. You kind of see all this going on. Tara was able to just walk on walls, so that's cool. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. So, where do we go from here, Miss Tara? You just have the cutest whiskers. Oh, look at you as you walk on up there. How, even?
I'll be honest, this has been happening for a little bit. The distortion has certainly worsened. I suppose I probably should have explained a bit better, but the spell that was holding this in place affects space, but that also affects taps into some of the magic of the astral plane, and the rules are a bit different there. You should be able to do it too if you just concentrate.
Really? I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. Woo!
I don't know if that's what she...
And I will also add that I did kind of write up a few rules around this, but you guys, you can, at this point in time, and this while you're kind of in this portion of the dungeon, you are able to, if you kind of spend an action to concentrate on your kind of perception of gravity, and if you roll a check, you can change your perception of gravity, what you consider down. And there's kind of various degrees of success that I have built in, and I think we'll just explore that as we go.
I wonder, what if I think I'm not feeling a different pull of gravity, just a lesser effect of it? Would I start moonwalking?
I will actually also say that kind of gravity is reduced. That's part of why there was, when the two of you were thrown, it was slower, and you were kind of able to adjust midair a bit more.
If you've ever played on the Overwatch map in the moon, you know the
Yes,
feeling.
that's exactly what
Yeah. It's a great map.
Okay, I guess I better go get Athronus. I want to try to walk on the wall like the cat did.
All right. So are you kind of standing up from the table? Are
Yes.
you just kind of like lunging up? So this is a little bit of a weird experience. You kind of stand up from the underside of this table, and your like top half has faced through the floor, but you are still standing on this table. What would you like to do?
I want to jump towards the nearest wall and try to land feet first. Almost
All
like
right.
I'm kicking the wall, but hopefully that tricks my mind into thinking that that is now down.
All right. With this, you're able to jump easily enough, especially in this somewhat slightly reduced gravity. It's not full-on moon gravity, but it is less, I guess, Mars gravity, because it is kind of between Earth and the moon in terms of gravity. So jumping to the wall is easy enough. But roll, I think I know which one you're going to prefer in this, but roll either a flat intelligence or a flat wisdom check.
Intelligence it is. 17.
17. Okay, yeah, that is good. That is a good one. You, with that, you are able to you jump, you kind of like almost not drop kick, but you're kind of like angling your feet towards the wall as you kind of lunge towards the wall. And you slide around just a little bit as you're kind of finding your footing. There are also drapes on this wall. Let me just roll something real quick.
Oh no, I fall through the drapes.
No, you stand on the drapes and you're kind of able to get some good footing. And you've now shifted your gravity. You get the sense that this is kind of you're able to kind of alter this gravity like slightly to kind of like line up with the wall so that you're even. You get the sense that like maybe if you didn't do as great, you may have like been able to shift gravity, but like it would maybe be on an incline depending on kind of like how you landed.
I would be unsteady.
Yeah, unsteady, but shifted for gravity. But you have done so. So now this is less of a tower and more of a hallway.
Well, this is one way to get to the top. But first, just walk back down to Arthronis and see if she can make it there.
It's a weird feeling as you walk through the floor, but you are able to kind of pass through it and enter into this previous room. I'll kind of jump over to Cordelia if you wish to do a similar thing, or if you wish to do something different. I will kind of leave that ball on your court as well.
I'm just gonna tag Celia.
Tag Celia?
Mm-hmm.
Like as she's like
Oh,
walking
no,
on the
Like
side of
with
this wall, you're just like,
paint or
slap
like
her?
grease.
No, like
you know,
follow her.
oh, you okay? Follow.
Mhm.
Following
Oh,
her.
tag along. Okay, I thought you were
Yeah,
tag her
sorry.
like.
Tag.
I thought you were about to like. You're
we all
it.
fall off the table playing tag.
Gentle
yeah, no.
push.
You're in a similar situation. Go ahead and roll a intelligence or wisdom check.
Okay. Find my dice. Ooh.
I'm also looking over your sheets and I'm realizing that the only one who has a positive in either of those stats is Celia.
Is it? Yeah, so that's a 19 for me.
Okay, a 19.
Yes, I'm actually doing
This is
great. Can you
All up
believe
to the
it?
dice at this point. It's all up to the dice.
Yeah. With a 19, you're thinking a little flexibly at this point in time. And to go over just the just the mechanics of this result, and this is for 19 or above, is what I determined for this. Not only do you shift gravity, you gain a flying speed for a minute.
Ooh.
And can kind of, once that ends, or kind of as you're going, you can determine your gravity as you go. That may be extended depending on kind of how far above 19 you get. But you feel flexible of like what you would consider like, wait, is that down or is that down? You feel like you could shift this. Also, just I'm gonna just send the rules now, just for simplicity's sake. And I may edit this later. Copy. Paste. And I guess I forgot to add this in later. But anything 10 or below, you just fail to shift gravity.
Okay.
So yeah, you are able to actively control your gravity for a short period of time.
Nice. Can I do like can I like walk on the ceiling and walk up or through anything? Or is it just that brief?
Well, it's just like changing your gravity and like a fly speed. It's not like flying through it doesn't make the next ceiling permeable, at least not yet.
Okay.
You have the thought that maybe there's something you need to do in this room similar to the previous rooms.
Okay. Well, what all is in this room, I guess? Like, are there any like key things, like a desk full of papers, a clock, something that we can puzzle with?
Are you going to explore this room a bit more actively, now that you can kind of actively navigate it for a period of time?
Yeah.
Or are you going to follow after Celia?
After following Celia for a moment and seeing what I can do, I think I'm gonna try to investigate the room myself.
Okay. Let's pick up with Celia for a bit, and then we'll kind of go into your investigation of this. A bit more.
I want to knock on the top of Orthronus's makeshift fort.
Are you still standing on the wall as you do this?
Yeah.
It will likely slowly answer. Who is it?
I had a really sarcastic remark, but I'm not going to say it now. It's Celia.
Please do.
It's the best time. I'm hammered and, very open to like taking it literally.
That's what concerns me. Anyways, will you be joining us for the rest of this tower?
I guess.
If you don't mind me adding, you notice Tara's kind of standing kind of near your leg, Celia. He does seem a bit inebriated.
It's fine, that's when he works the best.
Well, if you're so sure.
So, have you guys figured out the puzzle then?
More or less. Would you like to step outside so you can see the solution?
Yeah, 1 quick second. And I'm going to very quickly make a sign that says be back in like 10 minutes, hour tops, and just hang it outside my little fort before I walk up to them. And I'm assuming I'm looking up at them as they're on the side of the wall, like it's the ground.
Are you grabbing the pen from its stand, like writing this on like a page,
Yeah,
and then like
like an
putting it
actual
back?
page and putting it back. Yeah.
Because I will say, Cordelia, you see the wall, like the ceiling, floor, the barrier between these two rooms, like solidify for a second, and then like a moment later, kind of become transparent for a moment again.
Oh, what?
Trippy.
Okay.
Trippy.
Trippy. The puzzle was unsolved for a moment, and then it got resolved.
Oh.
It's not really that one's not really a puzzle.
The way forward was blocked for a second, more or less.
So,
But yeah.
would you care to join us? She's gonna motion
Yeah.
towards the wall.
Yeah. What do I have to do again? Jump?
No, just
Walk.
think really hard that this is down.
I have a. Let me think about this. And he's just going to approach the wall, and he's just going to try to like lean against it and pretend to fall asleep, just imagining that he's just sleeping on the ground.
I am. What is the like proper mechanics for being drunk in D&D?
I mean, I'm thinking like a disadvantage on most checks at this point because I'm very much in the drunk, inebriated, like camp. So there's no tipsy thing. This is drunk.
Yeah, because I definitely think it would be a disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom. I'm gonna say a -2, just to be a little nice, instead of full-on disadvantage.
No, that's fine. And probably like anything dex or strength based is probably gonna. That thing I think should probably get a disadvantage though if I have anything dex or strength based.
Yeah.
Unless being drunk makes me stronger, but just less dexterous. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out later.
I'd say in probably some circumstances you may have bonuses to charisma checks.
Maybe. I guess we'll have to figure that one out. All right, let me try. I'm essentially trying to take like a mini power nap of thinking like, okay, I'm asleep, but this is the ground I'm leaning against, not a wall. And I'm gonna hope that if this is below a 5, I'm just gonna fall asleep.
Well.
And this can be either wisdom or intelligence, right?
Yes, either wisdom or intelligence. But both of them would have a -2 currently.
It was almost a 16, and then it was an 8.
Woo.
Yeah, you are currently unable to. You're just kind of like just standing there, like leaning on the wall now.
All right, rolling one more time.
Yeah.
To see if I actually fall asleep, because this was a failure.
I'll say you guys can try this, like multiple times. You're not like locked out of it. It just takes it.
All right. I tried another Constitution. I'm still awake, but it's obviously not working.
That's what it was.
You're fighting
to actually fall asleep.
Do I?
I don't know. I don't think
you
so.
can do it. You're certain being drunk is helping his condition?
Oh, definitely.
Being sober would make this way worse, trust me.
I suppose I'll trust
Because
you.
if I If I wasn't, I would have had the idea of, and he just shows his claws, of trying to climb these, and that would probably not end well. Probably.
Probably.
I do not think, especially inebriated.
All right, one more time. Try not to fall asleep while falling asleep, and think of the ground.
Think of counting sheep, perhaps?
No, that'll put him to sleep.
Now, I need something that'll actually keep me awake. Cards.
I can
I'm in a
scratch
game,
you.
and I'm trying to. That will end poorly for you because I won't be able to think fast enough that you're not actually hurt me before my hand does try and hurt you.
I would advise against that, in my personal opinion.
See, we're learning stuff. And he just, again, plops his head down, and he just, this time, like, he does, in fact, like, close his eyes, hair covers, like, the side of his face, gets himself nice and comfortable, and you start to hear a light snoring. It was a nat 20 and then a 2.
Of course he did.
Well, you're not at disadvantage. You're just at a -2.
No, I mean like the die, like because I'm rolling digital right now. It was on the day, like nat 22.
Like blocking
It was
back.
almost there, and then it just said, "Never mind."
So close.
I love it just because it does the slow mo at the end when I roll on like the D&D Beyond, just to see like it almost. Nope.
Celia will give it about 30 seconds to see if the snoring is real or genuine.
Tara is not quite as patient. She's not going to scratch at you, but she is going to just kind of, because you're like up against the wall. She's going to start making buns on your face, like kneading your face.
Okay, I don't know if this would be a dex check for her or not, but like, so how do I put this gently? A 9-inch venom tongue just flies out of his mouth and tries to whack her.
Yeah, let me roll
That was
for Tara.
gently? Dang.
Tries to gently rip her in half. I don't know.
Okay, well, there's something literally trying to like mess with my face, and I'm currently in sleep mode, and it's hair covering my face, so something is also actively tugging at my hair.
Right, because it would be blocking. Or would it? Maybe not. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is she like jumping on my chest to like move past the hair and just start slapping me in the face?
Oh no, she's like just like kneading your like forehead. But yeah, no, I guess.
Oh, yeah, no, then she. I mean, at that point, she'd probably be like also like probably tapping against my horns as well.
Oh yeah, that might be it because you have more horns. Yeah, oh yeah, no, you have the other horns. No, it wouldn't be the forehead. Probably be like a cheek. Then.
It's adorable until it looks like I'm trying to eat her.
Yeah, no, that's a 14 total. I don't know if you have a DC or if you're going to do a contested check.
I'll do a contested. Let's see what this does.
And now
DM, how should I roll this? How should I roll this? Like strength, dex, common, charisma?
I'd say
I don't know.
I'd say dex. Yeah, this is when he's going to roll really well.
Yeah, no, we jinxed that. That was a dirty 20.
Yes. That goes fine.
So are you just like trying to smack her away?
Kind of, but it was like a half grapple.
Like
so like it kind of looked like it was going to grapple and then just throwing her off. And it's very disturbing because then it just goes right back in and its mouth just closes.
Yeah, no, Tara is kind of flung back. Are you trying to do any damage or harm her in any way?
No,
or-
this is just just a push off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she kind of is thrown back and kind of bounces a little bit and kind of slides kind of back onto her feet. And kind of hisses a little bit. I don't know if you kind of are disturbed from your sleep by that, or if you're still sound asleep. So, this is the
Let's
first
roll
time.
a con save to see if I wake up because that was a 2.
This is the first time Celia's seen that tongue. What that tongue
No, it's
do?
not. She's seen it before.
She saw it once when he freaked out when he was showing Rose that it's cool if her tongue was split because of the same thing that happened to this one. But
Right.
it's okay to be different. It's fine. And he got freaked out because other people saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, 17 on the con save, so I think he's starting to wake up.
As you're slowly waking up, roll the intelligence/wisdom, the gravity check. Again, without the negative modifier. You're kind of, stirring awake.
7 on intelligence.
All right.
Okay, and here's the thing. He wakes up slightly, and you can hear him trying to taste with his tongue, the fuck?
You see above you, and you do feel it currently above you. Calatrus just kind of hissing and kind of in a tense position. It's don't do that. Just walk up the wall. It's not that hard.
Did someone try to feed me something? Taste like...
Close. But now may not be the time to worry about it.
And he takes one more swig to try and just wash his mouth out.
And
All right, I'll try something. And this time he's going to try again. And he's going to lay down, just arms behind his back like a relaxing day.
I do appreciate that, Thronos's, his solution here is just lay down.
Lay down, think I'm getting up.
To help him by, I don't know.
Walk up next to him and play into the act of hey, get up. This is you're on the ground. Get up.
Stand over him or look over him, so when he wakes up, he sees the orientation he should be seeing.
Yeah.
This is obviously the normal. Alright, question: does the gravity affect her normally, or is her dress is her hair going sideways?
Let me actually just roll. This is less just mechanics, more just to determine this. No, it is kind of orientated in the way that she would perceive gravity. I do know what you're referencing, and that is also somewhat what I'm referencing with all this. That would be cool, but it does look, when you kind of open your eyes, it does look as though, at the very least, it looks as though you are on the floor.
Alright then, one more roll, let's see what happens.
And this one will be an advantage, though you still have the -2.
A 6 and an 11, and then the -2.
Oh my god.
9.
I am just going to, for the sake of moving this forward, I'm going to remove the -2.
Failure. It is what I do.
I'm gonna give you a +2 and balance it out. You
Yay.
still have the -2. You just get a plus 3. Be generous.
So 12. I'm at 12.
It worked! Yay!
You are.
I get up, and I'm face to face with Celia, thinking, "Oh, all right.
You
What are
feel
we doing?"
very
morning, sunshine.
disoriented.
And he just gives out a loud ass yawn, and this is the first time you see it behind his normal teeth and canines. He doesn't have actual molars; he's got more jagged teeth.
Interesting. But now it's not the time for that. Let's go catch up with the little one. I don't know what she's been doing this entire time.
Walking around on the ceiling to see what she could see.
She's mastered the gravity already. She's just floating like a monk. Like she straight up flies now.
I mean, she
And
does
she
have a
can.
fly speed.
Every once in a while you hear
It-
woo, wee.
I will say more than a minute has passed by the time that they would be catching up. But we will
Okay.
go back to Cordelia. Celia has kind of gone off to down below. So you are kind of free to explore. So if you're gonna kind of like just circle around this room to investigate, you can roll a more complete investigation check.
Okay, I'll do
Or
that.
I'll give you investigation or perception at this point.
That's a 1, but I can. This hobbit luck is coming in handy tonight. Okay. 17 plus.
Feels like we roll more. Like, 'cause I noticed this
Plus
for yours.
nothing.
Well, 17 plus
17.
nothing. Is that investigation or perception or both?
What does it even say? Perception is plus 0, and investigation is minus 1, so this is a perception.
Perception, I see. Then yes. You said remind me. You said 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you are kind of flying around the room, kind of looking. It is heavily distorted aside from this table. Though very quickly, kind of in your kind of circling around, you realize that the opposite side of this table, the one that you were not sitting on before, or kind of standing on before, has something on it. It seems to be some kind of dragon-like stand. It is a stand for something, and it is much larger than that pen stand. Kind of circular in design, and this kind of ornate carving or creation, craft, whatever C word that you'd like to use to describe it. Looks like it would hold something. Why am I blanking on a good comparison? I don't know, like a milk carton, gallon in size. I think with a 17, you kind of look and it's like, this is a wizard's tower. This looks to be some kind of ritual room, perhaps. Would be the place to put some sort of orb. Weird looking
Okay.
orb.
So we're looking for a marble.
A marble, but scaled up like 1,000 times.
Precisely.
Yeah, you look around the room, and I'm gonna say with a 17, and also for simplicity's sake, you're kind of circling around the room. There doesn't seem like there are very many places to hide, aside from these curtains. And I will say shortly before we pick up with kind of altering or combining these timelines, you spot a spot on one of the walls that appears to be like a little bit of this blue luminescent light is kind of peering out from behind a spot in one of these curtains.
Let's check out the curtains.
What would you like to do?
Check out the curtains.
How would you like to check out the curtains?
I suppose take my little happy butt over there and pull back the curtains with my hand, my right hand, using all 5 fingers.
Are you like ripping the curtains off the wall, or are you just kind of like peering back, like pulling it back so that you could see?
You know what? Nothing is settled with Cordelia. We're just gonna rip the curtain back.
All right. You approach. I will also just give you at this point, because you have roll another check, and to see, this is mostly to see if you still have the flying speed active, because more than a minute has passed at this point in time. I'm just going to say that you're able to end it on the wall that you choose, which I'm just going to say is the wall that this curtain is on.
Okay.
Which I also just realized that this is a mostly circular tower. But we'll just cross that bridge if and when we get to it.
Nope.
Yeah, you there?
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, everything went dead for like a minute or two. I wasn't sure if it was my side or not.
Oh, yeah.
Last thing I heard was Cordelia found something interesting. Like the whole, like the stand and the kind of stuff.
Cordelia found something interesting. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what interesting thing am I finding?
Well, I thought did I ask you to, did I already ask you to roll the check again?
What kind of check did you need? I'm sorry.
The gravity check, just to see if you still have the flying speed active.
16?
16. Okay, so yeah, you're on the wall where you need to be, but the flying speed is gone for the time. So sorry. The curtains, you pull this back, and let me roll to see what this thing's. Okay, yeah. You rip this curtain back to see a strange-looking creature looking right back at you. But actually, no, it does not meet your gaze at first. You see it kind of hunched over this thing, like kind of like sitting against the wall. You see it staring into... Oh, wait, no, that's not what I wanted to send. Yeah. Copy image. Paste. That's not... Darn it. That's not what I'm meaning to do. Copy image. Paste. There we go. You see one of those staring back at you,
Ooh.
hunched over and staring at this bluish-white crystal ball.
That's not cute.
And there's just kind of a split second before this thing reacts, as it's just kind of like looking up from this crystal ball at you. What do you do?
What does one do when you come face to face with a weird little cyclops?
freaky looking guy.
Wheel back up and prepare my
Firing
gun.
around.
Oh,
Firing
no.
around. Or...
Nope, I'm just pointing at it. A little bit of intimidation.
Yeah, and are you kind of like just kind of like sitting back on the floor?
I'm not sitting
Kinda
back.
like, or like
I'm
you
standing.
kind of okay.
Standing
Like
to attack.
you're kind of like slide back and then kind of like pick yourself up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Would you care
What
to
the
give us
heck are you?
Would you care to give us a demonstration of the squeal, or?
Sure. Let's see if I can even do it. It's not gonna sound right over the camera, over the thing, but
Ah.
what the heck is that creepy little thing?
So this is around the time that, like, you're standing over Othronus and he has, like, fixed his gravity. So the two, or rather three of you, are kind of all on the same plane of gravity and kind of hear this going on. Cordelia, this thing, like, it also kind of jumps back a bit, and it's like holding this crystal ball up between your gun and its face.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes like this weird sort of gurgling like sound that sounds generally like, also fright of some kind and confusion.
Mm-hmm.
I get everybody's languages again real quick.
Let's see.
I can check as well.
Common and halfling.
Alright. Celestial, Common, Draconic, Common, Elvish. Alright. Yeah, none of you understand a thing this thing is saying.
As if we're surprised.
This thing is slowly peeking out from behind this crystal ball, but then kind of darts its head back behind it.
We should probably hurry before she starts shooting.
What? Nah.
At what? I don't know, but that's never a good sign.
That may be a good idea. I don't think gunfire would be
I'm sure it's fine.
appreciated.
Let's go check up on her.
All
See,
right.
at least someone has faith in me.
So Cordelia,
Start
is
making
there
our way forward.
anything you do kind of in this moment as they're about to kind of head over back towards you?
No, just talking to this thing a little bit like, who are you? What are you?
This thing seems to be trying to retreat into the curtains again, but it does not seem to be working due to the kind of the distortion of these curtains. It's kind of like it's trying to like grab them, but they're being kind of held in place at this point. So it's kind of trying to retreat.
Okay.
Is there anything you do at this time? Just kind of holding the gun up and
Yeah.
questioning?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So are there any questions or things that she says as the kind of your party has reunited on and off the wall yet
Just
again?
what are you and who are you? And what is that you're holding?
Seems to reply in a this again continued garbled sort of speak. It does seem like it is saying something, like you do kind of recognize a pattern similar to words. You just do not know what this is. It seems to be kind of frustratedly like looking at this orb, and it kind of like smacks it a few times.
Is there something in the orb?
You do not see anything like inside the orb that you can tell. So it is kind of, you can't see through it. It is kind of semi-opaque.
Gotcha.
Like a fog hangs inside. Othronus and Celia, you see this thing, and it's all of its gnarled, twisted glory.
And I've never seen anything close to this, right?
If
Same
you'd
question.
like, I guess at this point I will go for I will say an Arcana check for all of you, and some of you may have these things. I'll also go for Tara, if she knows what's up.
22.
I know exactly what this is. With my natural one, this is obviously
This is a dragon.
It's clearly a dragon.
No, this is clearly like just an enlarged, like one-eyed frog.
Clearly.
With spikes. Clearly. Like wizards would do this, right? They make stuff, mix, match.
You know what?
stuff
Yeah,
that's
you're
magic.
right. You're right. Probably. Though I think I may have a different suggestion of what it could be.
What is this thing? Of course, it's a frog. It is friend.
I mean, I'm looking at this thing right now. It's got 3 eyes and like hands that keep going back and forth.
Where are you getting the extra 2 eyes there?
He's piss drunk still.
It's hunched over. I'm pretty sure that's riveting. It's riveting. So you said you rolled a 22, right, Celia?
Yep.
Okay. Yet Tara kind of like confusingly like kind of reacts like she did not roll very well either. Since what is that creature doing with a crystal ball? Celia, you stare at this thing in a bit of a uncomfortable realization. You recognize you've never seen any of these, but you have heard stories of creatures with this sort of hunched over, spiked and one-eyed description as Nothics. Read that actually. Say it properly. These creatures are the result of some cases of mages that try to reach beyond their power too soon or in the incorrect way. This thing was once a human of some kind, or some other humanoid race. You also recognize, you've heard a few stories about these things searching for magical items and forbidden lore, or something that can get information of some desperate way to kind of attempt to reverse this condition, or gain information that could lead to that.
Well, this would definitely be the place.
Anything, but you probably get the assumption that this thing took this crystal orb as a way of trying to, find something out. Yeah, with the 22, you got some good info.
She will share the Spark Notes version of that to Cordelia or Francis and the cat.
And the cat.
And the cat. Wizard gone wrong. Looking for magic item. Here he is.
Necrotic gaze. Oh, yeah.
Necrotic
Oh.
gaze.
Beautiful.
Don't look into its eye.
Roll for something with this. Do you say anything? I guess probably you should wait for us to get back. But do you say anything to this thing, kind of as you kind of share this information? It is now vigorously shaking this crystal ball, looking into it.
I don't think that crystal has what you're looking for. But what do I know?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. This creature, I'm going to throw this gets back. Though actually we may want to wrap up, not maybe quite yet, but decently soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I think Sarah may be having some connection issues.
Such is the life.
Such is the life indeed. I think as much as this could definitely go on, I think it may just be best to wrap up for tonight.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's
It's
fine.
okay. Things happen.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Not how I expected this session to go. Had a blast though. Had fun.
Good. Same.
Hope you guys did too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
And maybe next time we'll see about continuing on. I mean, hopefully, next time we're going to continue. We'll see how quickly we wrap this up.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for hosting, Michael.
Mhm.
I hope you guys have a nice night.